What's up, future millionaires? I'm Mike the Investor. In today's video, we're going to be doing a quick update on the faucet, my garden. I am 2 days away from 1 million plants, and we're also going to be looking at a new passive income DeFi play that I'm going to be investing into the first time in this video so I can show you guys in real time. Now remember, everything I'm showing you in my videos, none of this is financial advice. I'm just sharing with you my journey and showing you ways that you can make passive income for yourself. Now before we jump into the video, shout out to 𝗟𝗘𝗗𝗙𝗢𝗙. You can see I'm wearing some Drip merch, and you can also see the Drip light. He sent me the Drip light, so I think it's super dope. And I also said I would definitely have it showing in the video because you guys know I'm now a Drip native. I'm completely, standing behind the ecosystem. You guys know how we're doing it. So let's go ahead and dive into the king of them all first and foremost, the Drip faucet. Now, as we can see here for the Drip faucet, the Drip price is starting to rise back up a little bit after the little bit of a sell-off we saw after the AMA with Forex. Now, as you can see here, $7.82 is the price of Drip. If we head over to the faucet here, you can see I have 2,051 Drip, which is about $16,000 currently, which is about $160 a day, give or take. If we head over to the animal farm here, we're going to hit the Drip garden. As you can see, I have 952,000 plants. I have about 3.36 LPs that I can either sell or compound right now. I've already compounded for today. And if we look at this in a more closer view, you can see here's the plants again. Here's my pool ownership, 0.064, 0%. You can see my asset value of the garden, $2,945. You can see I'm making about 31,000 plants per day. You can see the daily, weekly, monthly, and the yearly. And if you look right here at the contract balance, this baby has been rising constantly. Over 475,000 LPs. I can see us reaching that 500,000 LPs here real soon. And so I'm super excited about reaching that 1 million plant milestone. And as you can see here, let's just refresh this. Now, as you can see, here's my total asset value, a little bit different when you look at Farmer's View, Farmer's House.finance, as well as Drip.formulae. I like to use both of them. So as you can see, here's my plants again. Here you can see 31,759 plants a day that I'm creating. I'm making over 10.14 LPs a day. And you can see I definitely want to keep it over this 10 LPs and constantly keep moving it up from that point. And so if we head over to the Drip garden here, you can see let's actually do a quick refresh on this. All right, so there's 29,691 people in the garden, so just shy of 30,000. And as you can see here, let's move down to the scoreboard. Out of the 29,600 plus people, you can see over 1,300 of those people, including myself, have well over 650,000 plants. And so the end game for the most part is trying to get over this milestone here, getting to 1 million plus plants, and then keep going from that point on. Because if you can think about it, this is kind of the cream of the crop, right? You may not be a big well, but if you're at least here at 650,000 or more, you're past all of these people here. All of these people. So this is definitely where you want to be if you're in the Drip garden. All right, so now that we looked at my faucet as well as the garden, we're going to go ahead and make my first purchase into this DeFi protocol, which you probably have heard. It's been around about 5 to 6 months. So it's been buzzing and the contract balance has been growing. However, I still think Drip is the king of them all. So don't get it twisted. This is just a way I'm diversifying a little bit of passive income because they offer a stable coin to earn 1.5% interest. So I'm going to briefly show you that. But before we do, check this out. Top 10 D apps on BNB chain, Drip. Don't get it twisted. This is still the king, in my opinion, still the top DeFi protocol that I personally believe in. And if you look at PancakeSwap here, I mean, you have to include it, but if you want to be realistic, PancakeSwap is the native DEX of the BS chain, technically speaking. So if you don't include PancakeSwap, Drip is the #1 D app on the BNB chain. That is huge. So I just wanted to let you guys know, even though I'm showing you a new protocol, which is Stable Fund, which I'm sure you guys have heard of. Pretty much it allows you to earn 1.5% daily return by pretty much using a trading bot to help keep those funds invested and able to pay out investor. So we'll see how long this can go on. It's been around for about 5 or 6 months or so. So I'm going to share with you briefly what my strategy is. I'm going to be investing $1,000 on camera so you guys can see it. I'm going to let you know what my strategy is here in a second. So you can do Matic, BUSD, or BNB. All of them is going to pay you that 1.5%. I'm going to go ahead and be doing BUSD because I want that full stable coin. So I'm not going to gain any capital appreciation, but I'm also not going to lose any either. I'm going to have that stable price. And by compounding, I'm truly going to be able to know where I am based off of if stable fund is still sustainable. So let's go ahead and do the quick purchase here. But before we do that, real quick, how is stable fund sustainable? This is what their white paper is saying. Again, this is high risk. None of this is guaranteed. So at the end of the day, I have no idea how long stable fund can be sustainable. Just being honest with you. So how is stable fund sustainable? Stable fund is sustained by continued community support, just as every other crypto coin, token, or project. The difference is stable fund is trading investors' funds on multiple platforms via AI bots and follows a protocol that doesn't allow anyone to instantly withdraw all of their funds. So according to their white paper, this is how they are sustainable. So I'm going to be doing $1,000 of risk capital. After I invest this $1,000, I'm going to show you what my short-term strategy is, and then we will go from there. So let's go ahead and put $1,000 here. I do need to approve this. This is the first time I'm doing this, so I do have to approve this smart contract. I'm going to confirm. Got my ledger here. All right, takes a couple seconds. All right, 1,000 BUSD confirmed. Now you can see now it wants to do the deposit. The first part was me enabling the smart contract, so I had to pay the gas fee for that. And now we're about to deposit the 1,000 BUSD. And this is basically, you know, your gas options, low, medium, or high. BSC is pretty fast, so low doesn't bother me. So we're going to hit the confirm. Confirming on the ledger here. And let it do its thing. And we're going to see how it looks here briefly once it's done. So success, 1,000 BUSD successfully. Your staking history will be updated shortly. All right, so let's go to stake. Let's see if it's here. Said it'll be updated shortly, so let's give it just a little bit of time. Let's hit the calculator. Let's go down to BUSD. And at least it has it here. Oh, one thing I do want to mention as well, because as you can see, $970 out of my 1,000. So that means $30 was given to the developers. There is a 3% developer fee. Be mindful of that. Now, where people get things twisted and they don't understand, when it comes to the Drip ecosystem, the Faucet, Forex doesn't have no developer fee at all. He's not in this for the money. And then when it comes to the animal farm itself, the people who gets the fees are the people who own part of the animal farm, which is people who own pigs who have them staked in the pig pen. There's no developer fee for the faucet. There's no developer fee for the animal farm. This is why Forex is the king when it comes to developers in the DeFi space. But back to stable fund. This is not a knock on stable fund. You got to get it how you live. But I just wanted to make that point. Drip is the king. So even though I'm showing you another play, I'm still highly behind Drip. So here's the $970 here, $970. Claimable rewards already. You can see per day, that's going to pay me $14.55. Let me move this up a little bit, see if this can help you. And there we go. So here you can see $14.55. You can see how much I'm making per hour. 60 cents per hour. So you times that by 24 hours in a day. So now that I have $970 here, let's go back. So it looks like it is going to take a little bit of time for it to show up here in the history. We hit the dashboard here. There's nothing that's here as of yet. We hit BUSD. You can now see that $1,000 is gone because it is now invested. We head back to stake. It's not there yet. It will take a little bit of time, but hitting this calculator and clicking whichever out of the three you have staked, it will at least show me what I have, right? So $14.55 is what this is paying me per day. And remember that every stake is 28 days in stable funds. So after 28 days, I can actually take out my full initial investment. And that's the thing I like as well. And this is why you have to wonder, how long can this be sustainable? Because you can lock it up for 28 days, but after that, you can actually take out, your investment. So we'll see what happens. But now let's go ahead and get into the strategy. Before we do that, let me change this. 970 is what I have invested. And if we head over to the daily compound calculator here, we're going to do 970, 1.5%, and that's daily. And now after 56 days, which will be 2 complete stakes, 28 days times 2 is 56, a little bit less than 2 months. Here you can see we're going to calculate. That 970 is going to turn into 2,200, right? So now let's just say I'm going to take out my $1,000, right? So now after 56 days, I'm taking out my initial investment, right? That's $1,000 I'm going to take out. Then I'm going to leave the additional 1,200 in here. So now I'm just playing with all profit free money. So now I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. After the 56 days of compounding once per day, I'm going to get my initial investment back, leave 1,200 in there. So now this is what we're going to do. We're going to change this to 1,200. And we're going to change this to 365, a full year. Now, again, none of this is guaranteed, but I'm just showing you what my short-term strategy is. Then I'm going to do a 6-to-1 strategy, which is going to be a 85% daily reinvest. So basically how I get that is there's 52 weeks in a year, right? And I'm going to withdraw once per week. I'm going to compound 6 days and withdraw once. So that's a 6-to-1 strategy. So if I'm going to withdraw once per week, that means that's 52 days out of the year I'm going to withdraw. So to find the percentage of that, you want to take 52 and you're going to divide that by 365, which is going to give us about 14 point something percent. So roughly 85%, right? That we're going to be reinvesting. So what we're going to do now, we're going to hit calculate. Now, as you can see, that $1,200 will now be 122K. On top of, over the course of that year, 365 days, I've taken out 21K. So worst case scenario, the 1,000 I just put in, I can lose it, right? But let's say we get past that and I got my initial investment back. Now, let's say we get to the end of the time that I want to do it, 365 days, which puts me at September of next year. Let's say, for example, I'm not able to pull this out. Stable fund is unable to pay it to investors. But let's say I was able to still withdraw. I didn't have a problem withdrawing once per week. I still pulled out 21K in the course of a year. So it's not life-changing money, but I still 20x my investment in a year, right? Just by doing a 6-to-1 strategy. Let's say things are all good, right? I now still have my 122,000 that I can take out or earn 1.5% on top of the 21K I've already took out over the course of that year. So that is my short-term strategy here with stable fund. Let's go back to dashboard. Let's go back to stake and see if it shows up. Still doesn't show up because it should tell you how long it's going to be to say capital release, and it should show you like the day. So I'm maybe going to wait just a little bit, fast forward, and then show you. But this is stable fund again. Remember, anything in DeFi, anything in crypto of that matter, but DeFi exceptionally, it is high risk. So make sure you are putting in risk capital, money you do not need. Yes, we don't want to lose our money, but this is what can happen in the space. So you want to make sure you're using risk capital. I really want to show you guys how this looks because this is the first time me doing it. I've researched it and I said I'm gonna go ahead and check it out. It's been around for 5 to 6 months. Can it last another year? I have no idea. If it does, technically I would need 14 months for this to happen. So 56 days, I get my initial investment back, do a full year of a 6-to-1 strategy. Let's say stable funds still here, still able to pay out. That's a pretty big win for a $1,000 investment, right? Essentially, I can take all that out as well, right? So 142K from a $1,000 investment in 14 months, right? Not too bad. So not guaranteed, but remember, if stable fund is here, these will be the numbers, because remember, this is a stable coin. I'm not losing value and I'm not gaining any capital appreciation. So this will be the amount roughly, right? So this is pretty important. So that's why I wanted to do a stable coin, right? So let's head back over to stable fund one more time. Still not there. If you hit the calculator, you're going to see it's moving up as well. You can see claimable has went up now, and you can see that's going to stay the same. So real quick, let's just do some quick numbers while I'm waiting on this history. So we got BUSD paying me about $14 a day, $14.55 to be exact, because it is a stable coin, but I'm gonna just say $14. It's $14 a day. We're gonna head over to Farmer's House. It's about $97, give or take. So that's about $113, $112. And then if we head over to Drip, it's about $160, right? So give or take, right, just passively, we got 160 plus 14 plus 97. That's roughly 271 a day, give or take, times 30 days. It's about, you know, $8,100 a day, give or take, right? So again, these things fluctuate, but I just wanted to show you what's going on. What's the price of Drip doing? Still around 782. Farmer's House here, you can see this is constantly going up. And let's go back to stable fund one more time. Let's see if we can have any luck here. So if you're using stable fund and this is your first time, as you can see, this is going to take a little bit of time before this shows up in the actual history itself. It's not showing up at all. However, if I hit calculator, it will let me know I have, you know, my amount staked. So on the next drip update, I'll go ahead and show you guys, so that way you can see the capital release. And let me know what you guys think about stable fund. Are you already in stable fund? However, once again, my goal is to ROI after 56 days, and then I'm just going to do a 6-to-1 strategy and use that capital to help fund my other DeFi passive income plays. That's my strategy. Again, not telling you what you should do, but let me know what you thought about this video, and I will catch you on the next one.